You are listening to The Fool and the Philosopher with Cameron and Connor.
We don't climb mountains anymore, right? Like, you know, the Dresden Files and, like, Brandon Sanderson, right?
Yeah.
Like, Brandon Sanderson, he has rules of magic, right? Like, you know Brandon Sanderson's rules of magic?
Yeah.
Like, he has rules where, like, magic has to have laws, and that's his law of magic, is that magic has to have rules. But the problem with rules is that if everything had an answer, we could simply use instinct. So, he's just created physics. He hasn't created magic. Magic is a metaphor. Magic isn't physics. Otherwise, magic doesn't work. That's why the sun is gold, and fire is knowledge, and that's why in Lord of the Rings with the Nazgul, the fire drives off the Nazgul, because the Nazgul are the darkness, they're the unknown, they're fear, and fire is knowledge, and knowledge defeats fear. And that's why dark things are afraid of fire, because magic is metaphor. So fire that's how you burn the spirit world, that's how you attack evil. And that's why the Dresden Files has better magic, I think, than Brandon Sanderson. And I think the best magic system is Malazan Book of the Fallen, because
It's absolute.
Because it's metaphor. Its illusion is water. The healing is earth. Like it's metaphor. And that's life. But we don't have life anymore. We have superstores without bartering. And like maybe if I like let you talk, it seems less ranty. But don't just say But you see what I'm saying? Like the morals. You have to walk the infinite path. You can't.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Walk the infinite stair and don't fall down it or you'll break your neck.
You can't fall down it because that's still journeying on it. Like you're if you get lost along the way, you're still walking, and it's the walking that matters, not where you are on the path. Because the path is infinite, so you could be anywhere along the path and it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
If you're in the center of a circle, every direction points to the same place. Because it doesn't matter, because the circle has infinite sides.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of like black holes, right? Like they're...
I was actually thinking the exact same thing when you're talking about that. You can't... Every direction's...
into a black hole.
Yeah.
That's deep. Like black holes...
Actually, they are deep if you're going by space-time. They're really deep.
Yeah, and it's like... But if you think about it, like a black hole...
is the garbage bin of the universe.
It's sort of like the journey towards morality, because...
Alright, Cameron?
Every step you take takes you closer to the truth, which in this case is being shredded by a black hole.
Yeah, not even shredded, it's being obliterated.
Yeah, well, there's like...
They get rid of matter.
Well, there's like the chaos spaghetti theory, or I think it's called, where, like, if you get close to a black hole, because, like, on Earth, your head weighs less than your feet,
yeah,
because your feet are closer to the ground.
Yeah.
But in a black hole, the tidal forces are so extreme that you'd be torn apart into a long strand.
Yeah, that's the same thing with a neutron star.
Like, yeah, you'd be torn apart into this like long strand, and like whipped about and incinerated. And although I think Stephen Hawking's last thing was that he doesn't think black holes would actually incinerate you because it'd be too fast or something. Like,
yeah,
I can't remember what it was, but he changed his mind about black holes slightly.
Yeah. Actually, I have a thought. So, are pulsars the universal, like, kill code? The universe's kill code? Like, because pulsar, like, sends out those waves of radiation that obliterate all life on planets, and they have the density of a neutron star.
Yeah.
So, they also have the chaos spaghetti. If you get near them, you'll get torn into a infinitely long thread of your... not infinitely long, but like a thread of one particle length.
Now, are you confusing?
Isn't that a pulsar?
Well, I think a pulsar is a rapidly rotating neutron star.
Yeah.
But black holes are the ones, I think, that shoot out the gamma radiation.
I thought it was also neutron stars do it.
Maybe, but I think it's black holes.
Yeah. Well, either or, one of the two is the universal's kill code.
Yeah. Well, black holes, like, they're terrifying. Like, a black hole, if it rotates in the right direction... it wipes out everything along its beam, right?
Yeah.
Which means life on Earth could end instantly. Bam. We wouldn't even know. Because this, like, gamma radiation, like, nothing ever seen. Like, a black hole could just accidentally point in the right direction. Boom, the Earth is gone. Or a roaming black hole it's like this invisible black hole that's flinging through space.
Yeah.
And that could just, like, because black holes, everything moves towards them. Like, light, distance, time. Like, you can't actually leave a black hole unless you time travel. Because every direction is into the black hole.
Yeah, so you have to time travel when it's not there.
So if you get hit by a black hole, time might stop, and you wouldn't know it. It'd just be over. It'd just be like boom, and the world is gone. Everything we've ever built is gone. All the fossils in the museums of the dinosaurs, 4.5 billion years of life, gone in a second because they were a rogue black hole.
And that's why Lovecraft made cosmic horrors.
Could be. I think black holes were after him, but
I know,
but maybe
black hole is like a cosmic horror. Like there's nothing you can do about it.
yeah, like it's just like meteors. We think, oh, we could nuke it, or we could stick a rocket on it and push it, or we could.
Yeah, a meteor is like Dagon, and a black hole is like Cthulhu.
Maybe the other way around.
What?
Well, not either really. Like Cthulhu is a weaker being in that universe.
Yeah, but Dagon's weaker than Cthulhu.
Is he?
Yeah, Dagon, the dragon, the dragon.
The Dagon's like the fish man, I think.
Yeah, he's a giant fish man under the water. When he wakes up, he causes earthquakes. He's Cthulhu's greatest servant.
Right. But Cthulhu's like, he's on the scale of Earth, like sort of thing, I guess. Well, I don't know. They don't really have scale, do they?
No, but I'm saying like a lesser versus.
Although I shouldn't really be saying anything because I haven't read the.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you can do something about Dagon. Like you could like bombard him with cannonballs and he might feel it, whereas Cthulhu wouldn't care.
Yeah, well, you might be able to like, I don't know. But someone like what are like the big ones like,
Aster?
Yeah, or like the really big ones like there's like these angels of death or something like that. That's kind of like the black hole. It's just this. It can wipe out like a solar system just coming through. Solar system's gone. It could be coming the speed of light. Like you can't. It's invisible. Like it would be like you wouldn't even know. Like it could eat Jupiter and we wouldn't know because it was coming to us at the speed of the light that's coming towards us saying Jupiter's gone. And it'd be eating that light along the way.
Yeah. Well, no, the light would never escape Jupiter. It's just gone.
Yeah, but the okay, I guess. But like the old light would keep coming.
So rogue black holes are invisible, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, black holes are invisible.
Yeah, but a rogue black hole, you'll never see it until it gets to you.
It's undetectable. There could be one coming here right now, and like everything would end, and we wouldn't know it. It'd just be over. And something like that makes you sort of believe in like that last Thursdayism, where it's like the universe was just created like last Thursday. Because if it can end like that, then surely it can just start like that. You'd like to think.
Yeah, Cameron just a rogue black hole goes through, and then a rogue white hole goes through.
Because we want the universe to have meaning, right? But I guess it doesn't have to.
Well, maybe white holes are meaning, and we just have to find one.
Yeah. But like this is. I'm reading Maps of Meaning. I'm on like page 9 or something.
Yeah.
And he talks about how Nietzsche said we can't abandon Christianity and keep their morals, or we must become gods. Right? That's basically what he said. Like he said, if the Christianity gave us these morals, we can't abandon Christianity and then say their morals are founded on something because those morals are just floating around then, so they're worthless. Which is a fair point, I think. But what Jordan Peterson doesn't seem to be addressing yet in 9 pages of 1,000.
Yeah.
So he's doing a terrible job. Is Nietzsche gave us a second option. It wasn't that we have to embrace Christianity or we have to become nihilist. So he had 3 options, right? We could embrace Christianity, we could become nihilists, or we could become gods.
Yeah, we have to be the gods ourselves.
And
God is dead, we killed him, now we have to be the gods ourselves.
It's not... Yeah, like
That's the abbreviated form of what he said.
Yeah, but what he actually... Well, no, he said he didn't say we should become gods. He said we should all despair and be nihilists, basically. But we could become God. And he said, like, it's incredibly arrogant to say you could become God.
Yeah.
But all you have to do, I think, to be God is to walk the infinite path. Because isn't that something a God would do?
Yep.
It's like they walk... Like, it's like Gandalf, right? He climbs the infinite stair and becomes enlightened and God. Like,
he becomes Gandalf the White.
Yeah, like... He walks the infinite path.
And casts down the Balrog onto the mountainside.
He casts down darkness because he walked
darkness
the
and fire.
He walked the path of morality. He Yeah, so... But do you think, like we can take... Like, this is... Like, there's you know churches, right? You ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Like, they study the Bible and pull out all this meaning out of the Bible, right?
Yeah.
But I just said Gandalf climbed like the infinite stair. That's the path of morality. It was the action of going along the infinite path to knowledge, throws down evil to fire, and it's corrupted fire. So it's wrongly applied knowledge. That's what the Balrog is. That's what Saruman is, and because it's fire, which is knowledge, wreathed with darkness and smoke. So it's knowledge misapplied, and Saruman became evil because he's the wisest of the wizards. But he joined Sauron because all his knowledge he used wrong because you need wisdom. And so Gandalf gained the wisdom, he gained morality by climbing the infinite stair, cast down the wrong knowledge. And so you can say, wow, that's deep and stuff. But it doesn't have to be there at all.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt Tolkien was going for like he was going for the old epics of like the climbing the infinite stair, like Hercules pulling a continent sort of thing.
Yeah.
But those old epics, maybe they didn't know what they were talking about, but they felt like something was close. So I guess the question is, can you look for whatever you want in a story? Or is human experience actually very small to the point where we repeat the same ideas over and over again and can see them everywhere? Because I think Jung said that, the second one, basically, where he said, like, he called it the collective unconsciousness.
Yeah.
But for that to work, there'd have to be, like, 3 lessons for humanity to see them that often. Like, surely I couldn't pull that out of anything if people were unconsciously putting that in there. That means everyone was thinking the same things on some level.
I think...
Which sounds like we don't think about much.
Yeah, I'm not so certain about there being just, like, a super limited amount. But I don't know.
I guess it could be a bit of both. Like,
because there's at the one point, 5 kinds of stories, and a guy invented a 6th.
Well, someone claimed there was, like, 7 or something, but there's others. It's not like you can invent a different one. It's like the Japanese use a different storytelling method that we don't use at all in the West, except very rarely. Like, there's a story called The Story of an Hour, and that's more similar to the Japanese style.
Oh, yeah.
And the Japanese style is basically, you present one thing, you present a second thing that's totally unrelated, and then you present a third thing that it's not related to the first 2 exactly, but it makes you see the first 2 in a totally different light. And
yeah, that's why some anime is really confusing.
and so it's like this weird storytelling method that we don't really have in the West, for the most part. Or was it The Story of an Hour that did that, or was it The Necklace? Or maybe both, I can't remember. The Story of an Hour, a woman's told her husband's dead, and then she's suddenly really happy because she feels free, because she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Even though she loved him, she suddenly feels free. Yeah. And then he comes home because it turned out it was someone else that died, and she has a heart attack and dies.
Yeah.
And so there's not really a plot arc there.
No.
There's not a villain, there's not a...
Yeah. He shows up, and then people are like, oh, she must have died of joy.
Yeah. And so it just sort of like... It's like changing context constantly, I guess. So that could be sort of like that Japanese style. And then The Necklace...
I did not read that.
I
did not read that.
I did not read that.
I do not know.
I don't remember the Necklace, how it went. But it was, I think it was an unusual thing as well.
You're listening to The Fool and the Philosopher.
Yeah, so that's what I think of that.
All right.
I'm glad, because it helped me think it through as well.
All right, and we're done with it?
Probably not.
Oh.
But it's kind of related to Kant, Connor, and this is the Kant podcast.
No.
You did mention there's a podcast called Philosopher and Fool or something, or Fool and Philosopher or whatever it is. It's like, I think it's the same as ours, but with a the, or we have a the and they don't.
We have a the and they don't.
Yeah. And I because I was typing in to look up ours, and I came across theirs, and they stopped about a year ago now.
Yeah.
Because it was in November, they stopped, and I was like, wow, we have like the same name. They started before us, so I was like, should we the names are different technically.
Yeah.
But I was like, should we talk a little bit? Hey, we should do like a guest thing together or something. But it looks like they stopped, and I only watched the very start of theirs, and they started with like, so aliens, what do you think? And it's like, there's gotta be. But the one guy seemed really angry at his friend or something. I don't know. It was odd.
Yeah. Well, also, it's one guy who hosts it with other people. So
So like he is a different person on every time.
He's the philosopher and he brings on fools. Or maybe he's the fool and brings on philosophers.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I was going to say, like, there's like a talk show podcast host sort of guy who brings people on that are a lot smarter than him to learn from them, all these things. But it's sort of, because you could call yourself the fool that's learning from all the philosophers, right? Like Larry King, like probably the most famous talk show host guy there is. I saw an interview with him and he was saying how like he loves learning from everyone because everyone knows something he doesn't.
Yeah.
So you could almost say that was the fool and the philosopher with him as the fool. Which isn't to say he's foolish, it's just like he's the one being enlightened every time.
Yeah.
Because he talks to people from every field in existence.
Yeah.
And like, so I guess you could, so that'd be kind of cool actually for an interview show to be called The Fool and the Philosopher.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah.
Or the fool and philosophers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Thank you for listening to this digested version of The Fool and the Philosopher. More of this podcast is available on YouTube.